A nice light one is where somebody thought that he could do what God did. Wishful thinking. A boastful man said unto God, that I can be like you. I found the way to make a man and do the things you do. For I can take a dormant egg, dissect it with a knife, inject it with a nuclei, and then create a life. God said, that's not creation. You said you had a plan to do exactly what I did the day I made a man. You thought that you could be like me. You thought you had it sussed. So now try my ingredients, and here's your pile of dust. I think Chris will like this one. The prayer list. When I prayed as a young lad, my mother would listen to make sure that I said my prayers, and I galloped through it. It was the same prayer. Lord, look after my mother, my father, my brother, and I rattle it off. Mother wasn't too happy with it, but she was pleased that I said it. It meant nothing to me. So this is my prayer list. I used to have a prayer list. Each night, my prayer would start. A prayer that I had memorized, with words I knew by heart. Each night, I prayed that same old prayer. Each time I said, Amen. I never thought that God might think, oh, here it comes again. It took a little while to learn my prayer was wearing thin. I'm sure God heard it coming and put his earplugs in. But with a different attitude. Each time I come in prayer, I know my Lord is listening with words I love to share. So often now, I listen. I utter not one word, and somewhere in the silence, I know it's God I've heard. I've come a long way with my prayer. I know. A mission possible. This is where people ask God for a miracle. Miracles are possible. Come from God above. Impossible made possible through acts of faith and love. With great impossibilities, the greatest one of all is when you've made a jelly, try and nail it to the wall. Like all impossibilities, however hard we try, we seem to need a miracle that comes from God on high. With him, all things are possible, however large or small. But God will not deliver nailing jelly to the wall. When I was young, I thought Jonah was swallowed by a whale. But when I read the book, it was a large fish. But even Mary, who went to school in this poem, thought it was the whale. A girl called Mary went to school. In class, she heard the tale of all the mammals in the sea, from dolphins to the whale. Young Mary knew her Bible. She said that whale must be like the one that swallowed Jonah when they threw him in the sea. The teacher scorned her story. She said it wasn't true. A whale could never swallow men or girls as small as you. Then Mary pondered for a while. She knew where Jonah hid. So when I get to heaven, miss, Ask him if he did. But what if Jonah goes to hell? You can't take him to task. Well, said Mary, if he's there, then you will have to ask. Sometimes we sing hymns. We either love the words, but more often we love the tune. We sing it with gusto. But for some people, it's lost words. We all love hymns we favour. It seems we all assume to take the words for granted because we love the tune. We sing the words so often, we know them off by heart. The tune is more important, and words have lost their part. How can you sing, I love you, Lord, or at your feet we fall? If words have lost their meaning, we should not sing at all. We don't tell lies, we sing them with worship that we bring. We all should stop and ponder before we start to sing. Out of all the fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control, which do you think is the hardest out of them all? To love or to... God gave me self-control is the hardest. Because you haven't got self-control, you can't love, you've got no joy, everything goes out to the window. It's called a hard fruit. Love is the fruit of affection. Joy is your inner smile. Peace is the calm before the storm. Patience will wait for a while. Kindness will bring many blessings. Goodness caresses the soul. But faithfulness and gentleness are obtained through self-control. Self-control is the hardest. It puts us to the test. When we obtain our self-control, we then can seek the rest. Gentleness brings love and joy. Faith will make us whole. Yet every segment of the fruit is gained by self-control. If I can just touch one heart in a crowd, as if it was sunlight that breaks through a cloud, if I can but reach one person I meet, my life has accomplished a mission complete. If I can just stir the mind with a word and bring them salvation with something they've heard. If words from the Spirit has set you apart, remember it's Jesus who's touching your heart. Amen.